And we are live. This is Will, your host, and welcome to another edition of Major Investor. And how can we make money today? Well, it's not easy out there, as you can will see. I've had to liquidate a few things that I've had in the stock exchange, and then I stumbled across this little company or coin or token, if you want to call it. It's a meme, and it started off as a joke like most of them, like Bitcoin started off as a joke. And look at it now, right? BTC sitting at 30,000 USDT. So that is no joking matter anymore. And when it breached over $250, there were several analysts that were saying that it won't last. Now look at it now. Over 30,000 USDT it's worth. Now, why would I invest in SHIB over BTC? Well, BTC is still not a non-governance. It is governed, people. That is a governed token. Every single currency we have in the world is governed in some fashion. Um, does Bitcoin have security? No. Bitcoin itself is secure, but buying Bitcoin on exchanges isn't secure. So what makes it different than SHIB? So why is everything revolve around SHIB with major investor? Well, it's because it's depleting supply. I'm going to say it again. It's because it's depleting supply. We are literally burning it in the form of liquidating SHIB. We don't like to say burns because YouTube doesn't like it when you say burns. Who else doesn't like it when you say burns? Anything out there. When you say burns, as soon as you say burning something, it gets a lot of red flags right away. And no one wants to get red flagged, and no one wants to get black flagged from anything. So that's why we live. That's why I love SHIB, and I'm trying to get a hold of the SHIB army. I'm just not able to get the full spectrum of the SHIB army because we're worldwide, and there's only 1.3 million of us that are holding it. The rest are jumping in and jumping out, and there's over 120 trillion coins being manipulated on a daily basis. We're trying to reduce that supply by asking not the holders because you're already holding it. You're already waiting for your day to start taking profit. But you got to be able to get to your day of taking profit in order for you to actually make money. Um, and everybody wants to make money. How much money? Well, that's up to you. And this again on this platform, I'm going to say it. I've said it many times, but anything under a penny is extreme risk. It's not a little risky, it's extreme risk. And no analyst and no fund manager or no hedge manager is going to tell you to buy SHIB. Not in any circumstances. They'll tell you to buy it once it gets over $15, $16. And there will be a lot of them that do. And when it gets to $5, there'll be bank managers that will tell you that SHIB's a good investment or not a good investment. And that's from a different broker. You'll get once when it gets to 50 cents to a dollar, you get about two of them. Won't be any more than two people that will cover SHIB, and they'll tell you that they like it or they don't like it. And that's their opinion. And they're brokers, and they can tell you that. Even if you're not, part of their division, they'll tell you that on TV, live TV, and there'll be a disclaimer at the bottom of the TV saying that this is not legal advice. So they can't be taken to court over it, even though they are analysts, they know what they're talking about, and they tell you to buy it, but they're basing their information on the information that they have obtained themselves. Again, that's information that they have obtained themselves. So it's their personal opinion, which makes zero responsibility for it. Okay? So you buy it, you hold it, you do whatever you want with it. Um, Somebody tells you they're buying it, it doesn't mean anything. It just means that that's their personal, just like my personal opinion. So the disclaimer is, and everybody will say the same thing. Anything you hear on this channel, you have to take it with a grain of salt. It's entertainment purposes only. And It's gives you a little bit of education, but for the majority part of it is it's under a penny, guys. It's extremely risky. So if you're doing it as a lottery ticket fund, that is what I recommend everybody do is just buy 1 million SHIB. That's my recommendation. That's my opinion, not yours. Okay. Everything you hear on here is just my opinion. Again, I am not a legal analyst. I'm not a broker. And if I was a broker, I'd tell you the exact same thing. I can't tell you to buy anything on here. All I can do is point you in a direction, whether you want to or not. Buy it, hold it, whatever you want to do with it, but take into consideration that with this price, you can buy a lot of SHIB. And I do mean a lot of it. So for a very small price. Um, and where can you buy it? Which exchanges can you buy it? That's the number one trick. And that's what I wanted to get into today was where can we buy SHIB and how can we reach the community so that we can get the support that we require from the whole SHIB community to do these things. And why is it that we want to enlighten people, to bring them and educate them in the form of what we can possibly do to help them achieve their goals, help us achieve ours? Because we're all working together to obtain wealth through our investments. And how do we do that? Well, when you're talking about a reduction in supply, that should be number one. That should be your number one goal. How can we possibly get to where we want to get to quicker and faster? Can we rely on the SHIB community, the whole ecosystem? Can we rely on that? Well, the first thing you should think of is what are they doing for SHIB? SHIB is a huge community, 1.3 million holders, which is phenomenal in its own self. But the reason why it's phenomenal is this. There is how many people in the world? 8 billion. How many of them are investing? Over 500 million of them are investing. Over 500 million are investing throughout the world. Okay, so if there's over 500 million people investing, almost a billion people investing, why are we so low? Why is SHIB not being recognized? Because it's lower than a penny. Okay, but they burned 410 trillion in their first year. Vedek Bluterin, who is the founder of Ethereum, burned SHIB because he was given half of the supply. He burnt 90% of it right away. What happened to SHIB? It didn't do anything. People didn't understand the concept of burning. Exactly. They didn't understand the concept of burning. And the whole SHIB community that was behind SHIB at that time still didn't understand the whole concept of burning it. Otherwise, I guarantee you, if they did, they would have burnt the other 90% of it and only left 20 trillion tokens on the market, therefore increasing the value exponentially and making all them the ones that put tens of thousands of dollars into it all billionaires today. But they didn't realize it then, and they don't realize it now that they can still do this because we're at 4 zeros. And if you're at 4 zeros, the huge money that you can burn and throw to the dead end walls is insane. Uh, because you could all do it together. And because it was so small, it was in your best interest to do that, to increase your wealth in it. They didn't catch on to it then. They're probably not going to catch on to it now. But we got to put the word out there to get the whole SHIB community behind us. And then we can make promises to the whole perspective. My promise to SHIB community was this. Help me help you. Okay? I'm I'm in the media. I can help you achieve your goals and help me achieve my goals. How can we work together? Well, I'll tell you, I have a company. That company is Major Aerial Drone Services. They also have a YouTube channel. If I could get the support of the SHIB community, because I'm not monetized right now, I would owe everything to the SHIB community. They get me monetized. They boost me up to 3 million subscribers. I get 2 to 300 subscribers, 200 to 300,000 subscribers like me, comment saying taboo, love the content, even though if they don't watch the whole thing, if they just watch a portion of it, my promise to them was this, that I would burn it publicly, that I would go live and do a public burning. And because the checks don't come out till the 26th, I can't burn it till the 28th. That makes sense? I'm going to show it off. I'm going to show you what I made so that you know that everything's legit. And I promise to burn 80% of it. 80% of what I make on YouTube, I burn it. Anything associated with YouTube, I would burn it. So let's say a token was that I had to say, or an exchange. The first thing I say to the exchange is, what are you doing for the SHIB community? You need to burn on every single transaction, whether it's SHIB related or not SHIB related. You, every single time you're doing a transaction, you burning it. It would be in your best interest to buy SHIB and hold it, but you don't have to. But it would be in your best interest to grow your wealth exponentially over time and allow it to burn without your money because you're using someone else's money because you're charging extra. That extra, you're burning it. That's a benefit to the whole SHIB community. And it's a benefit to your exchanges. This is what I'm trying to say. Like everything comes into it, has a snowball effect. Every time we do one of these, has a snowball effect. Every time we want to do something, it has a snowball effect. We build on it, we are able to push it and make it bigger and eventually burn it so that we can get it further down the mountainside and into the sun where it can be roasted. And then it melts and it grows flowers like us. It produces wealth amongst ourselves so that we can survive. And that's the bottom line. That's what I'm trying to get involved in everybody to pull them all together. Every single one of us. Build on our relationships within the SHIB community. Build on it so that we can provide for the SHIB community, so that we can watch it grow exponentially and help each other become more wealthy. That gives us freedom and expression, and we can get together then and do what we always wanted to do. But the only thing we can do is try and get the word out for the whole entire community to stand behind each and every one of us. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's exactly what God wants everybody to do too. Help each other out, isn't it? Right? Uh, we always have the poor around us. Our job is to help them out. Just like we have to help out the widows because the government's not looking after them. It's our job to look after them as the people. The people who lost brothers and the sisters are left alone because the brother is no longer there. It is our job to look after them. In order to do that, how are you going to do that? By being poor? By not having anything around you? No, of course not. You're going to have to grow together. And as a nation, as a community, as a world economy, we have to do this together. It's the only way this works. And that's what I'm trying to get to through everybody. We need the community. We need that global community to work together to get this to unfold in front of us. And that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know about the rest of the ecosystem. Like I said before, everybody wants to build a bridge, but they're all starting with sticks and stones, and they're miles away. And they're telling you, yeah, we're supporting the SHIB community, but we haven't burned a single coin. Well, if you're not burning it, you're not supporting us. That's the bottom line. Anyway, this is Will, your host. Good morning, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and good night. From me to you, wishing you all the very best. And let's get this thing started. Let's see if we can build this community together so that we can all benefit from it. After all, it is depleting. It's lowering the supply every single day. We just want it to happen quicker. So either we do one or two things, guys. Either we support SHIB by burning it, not our holdings. Our holdings mean nothing. They are already burnt because we're waiting for the next level. We're waiting for that release where we make enough money to sell it to accumulate wealth. And that's just part of nature. Okay? So whatever your line is, you're not trying to sell it all, but you do want to liquidate. Right? You do want money in your pocket. You can't survive off of cookies and cran bars and hopes and wishes that it continually goes up and up and up and up. It will. Only when we get together. And once we start getting together, we should start seeing everybody get excited about SHIB. But without that, we're not going to see that excitement. We're not going to see that robust atmosphere that we need to start looking at to gather enough information to start getting it to where we want it to go. Everybody says 1 cent, 10 cents. How can we do that? How can we achieve that? Don't you want to see that? Don't you want to see $1? Don't you want to see $2? Stop. Stop right now. How are you going to do it? I don't want to hear that you want to do it. I want to know how you're planning on doing it. I'm trying to give you ideas of what you can say to companies so that they start doing it today. Not tomorrow, today. You want apparel? You want SHIB apparel? How can we sell it so that everybody starts burning it based on every single item that they sell? So every single transaction that goes through their store, they are got some sort of burn associated with it. And then how do we know that they're actually burning it? You have to have a public wallet. And that public wallet should only be used for burning SHIB. That's it. So your money goes in and out, in and out. So you're buying it and you're selling it. So you can have a holding wallet, but that holding wallet has nothing to do with burning it. It's just buy it, sell it to the seller. Buy it and then liquidate it. Throw it into the dead end wallets. Now, some people will say, well, why would I do that when I just hold it? Well, you got no problem with that either. But the thing is, if you're putting out a burn and telling people you're burning it, you better be burning it. Otherwise, you're not going to get the SHIB community behind you. Now, it's hard to get a hold of the SHIB community, and I grant that. Very tough. It's very difficult. I'm trying to do that too. And I'm trying to build this community together. But it doesn't work just me. It works all of us. The whole global community gets together. Whole part of us. This is the only way it's going to work. We have to form a net so that we have the 1.3 million investors that are willing to buy the apparel belonging to SHIB, willing to buy into the crypto exchanges that support SHIB, and only the ones that support SHIB that we're going to be focused on because it gives them liquidity, it gives them stability, it gives them the security that we require because there's no way they're going to default unless they are spending like drunken sailors, or we build the community bigger. More and more investors pile into SHIB. If more and more investors pile into SHIB, we would only need about 500 million of us to buy into SHIB. Less than 500 million, sorry. 50,000 to 100,000 people just like us, or 200,000 or 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 investors to pile into SHIB. Once they start doing that, then it would build the community even bigger because it's only 125 trillion coins that's out that's being used right now as manipulating the current price of SHIB. 40112 USDT. If you don't believe me, I can show you it. There's the chart. You want the 50-day moving average, the 4-hour moving average, or 16-hour moving average, the 20 days, 50 days, 120 days, and the 200-day moving average are all posted on the Binance. They're all on Weibo. I don't get paid for them, okay? But they do have the charts that you can provide and go through step by step on how to extinguish the wave patterns, so you can take advantage of people selling and buying. I recommend getting a bot to do it for you, so you don't have to worry about it. You just put your parameters in, set your bot, makes you money every single day. How much money? Between 2 and 3%. That's not bad every single day. Most banks will only give you 0.005 a year, or 0.07 rate. I think you can get 1.2 right now, percentage a year, because of the interest rates. But before it was a 0.08% that they gave you for the year. And that's even if you had $1 million. It's ridiculous. Right now, I think it's 1.7 million, 1.7% per year. So with looking at crypto, this gives you a huge stake in what you can purchase and what you can get into. And because SHIB's got such a high variance, you can make a lot of money very fast because it trades up or down based on the spread that you're using. And this gives you a huge advantage because this is accumulation, right? It helps you make a better choice in what you want to do. Anyway, peace out, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment at the bottom. I love you all and take good care. And I wish you all the very best. And Jesus loves each and every one of you, no matter who you are, your skin color, your sex, or your drive. Okay? Just so that you know that you are loved. And that please help me help you form this community, get this community going, grow it together so that we can all benefit in some shape, way, or form so we can get this thing going. Because we don't want to sit in the sidelines and say, well, what if? What if? What what could I do? What should I do? Um, this doesn't happen with people who just sit on the sidelines and watch it from a distance. This isn't sports. You have to take action. And there's so many companies out there that could use the help of SHIB. If you can't see that, please watch my other videos, and I'll show you and I'll teach you how it's done. Anyway, thank you. God bless you, and take good care of yourselves. Peace out, everybody. This was Major Investor.